Hello, I'm sitting here on a rainy day, trying to finish a job. I'm hoping this rain passes, but decided to make a video. So let's talk about this year, 2026. I'm going to try out. Oh, it's raining more. I'm going to try out this year a new method of buying and equipment dealing. Right. Um, I'm not going to be buying new equipment this year at all. I don't think. Maybe something happens and I just have to, but um, my goal for this year is I'm only buying used, and there's a few reasons for this. Let's just kind of get into it. First and foremost, equipment cost is just absolutely absurd. Everything is through the roof. Everything is just too much for what the improvement. There's not The prices keep going up, but the products really don't get any better. Just a quick example. I downsized this year from a 60-inch mower to a 48-inch mower. Basically, I had a John Deere Xenon 60. It was a 60-inch mower. When I bought it in 2018, it was 11 grand after tax. When I got a quote last year, when I was looking for a new mower, when I got a quote, that same machine, they were wanting, I think it was 17.5 before tax. So it's a nice mower. It's a great mower. It ain't that great. Okay. It's just not. For me to spend more on my new lawnmower than I spent on my 2022 Chevy doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe some of you guys can, feel like it's justified or whatever, but that ain't no almost 20 grand. It's just not a 20 grand mower. It's just not. So looking around, I found Skag to be the cheapest in our area, and I went to a 48 V-Ride, and that 48 V-Ride, I got the bagger, so there's that, but the 48 V-Ride with the bagger cost me $12,500, which is kind of the range I wanted to be in for a new machine. Now, the problem with that is everyone thinks buying brand new is great because you get this warranty, right? And it is cool. Okay, it's great, it's fine. But here's the problem with, even if you have a warranty, if that mower goes down, who knows how long it's going to take them to approve the warranty work, to diagnose, and then do the work. How long is it going to get parts? And I've had this issue with two mowers now, and over the course of the last 10 years, I've had this issue with two brand new mowers. My Ferris Z2, whenever I first got it, a couple of the pulleys went out, and somehow, even though I'd bought it that year, those pulleys had been discontinued on the machine that I had just bought. And Ferris had just changed their system around at the time, so I could not get dealer support even though I had a machine with warranty. They couldn't diagnose it because Ferris had changed their system around. And when they finally figured out and got in touch with someone, it turns out those pulleys were discontinued. There wasn't anyone within a 200-mile radius. I've got videos about this early on. There wasn't anyone that had that pulley. That pulley that had an issue for me. So, brand new mower, paid the full price, had the warranty, could not get service because of some stupid stuff that Ferris had done. And because the dealer wasn't really working with me and working to figure out the problem. So I ended up on that Z2 sourcing the parts myself. I called everywhere I could. Eventually I had to call Ferris like 6 or 7 times, and I finally got the one person at Ferris who went into the back office, and just, wouldn't you know it, he found that pulley, right? So, brand new mower, I had to do all the work. I was out that mower for 2 months, probably a long time. It sucked, okay? So, buying new in that case didn't help me. Well, my new Skag that I just got this year, it's had a cut quality issue. I did get a new set of 3 spindles, but here's the deal. A brand spanking new machine, 13 grand. All 3 spindles went out in less than 300 hours. Buying new did not help me in this situation. And not only am I still making payments on the mower, It took them a month and a half to get those spindles replaced because of the diagnostic process and all that. Now, furthermore, it's had other issues. In the 15 months that I've pretty much owned it, it's spent about 4 months in the shop. That new piece of equipment that's very expensive did not help me at all. And everything that they had ended up doing to it, I could have done myself in a day or two. Order the parts, get them in a week, and put them on in a matter of a day or two, okay? These jobs are not that hard to do. It's just, you would like to not have to do another thing, but if that means you're going to be without your equipment for a month and you run a lawn care business where you need your equipment, is that brand spanking new fancy shiny equipment really worth it if it comes down to it and you have to be without it for 4 months of the year? I don't think so. And that, like I say, that's been 2 pieces of equipment now where, again, I'm on my 3rd or 4th dealer. Like, you could say find a dealer. I've gone through them. I've jumped from dealer to dealer to dealer because I can't. I'm always having this issue. All of our dealers are so heavily overworked. They don't hire properly. They don't hire skilled technicians. And then beyond that, even if they do have the skilled technicians in the workforce to do the work, can they coordinate with the manufacturer to get the warranty stuff approved in a timely manner? That's another thing too, because the manufacturer's working with all the dealers, right? So new equipment for me is just becoming less and less appealing because I can do all the fixing myself. Another example of this, Stihl. I switched from Stihl to Echo because all of my Stihl equipment for a few years there, the drive cables would round out and basically be worthless. It would stop spinning the head, right? Now, here's the deal. That's a lifetime warranty on those drive cables on Stihl. But for me to drop it off and to get that warranty work done, I had dropped it off probably 2 out of the 6 or 7 times it happened. No joke, 6 or 7 times. And each of those 2 times, it took them 3 weeks to change the shaft, which, if you know anything about this job, it's 1 bolt, pull it out, put the new one in, put the bolt back. It takes less than 5 minutes if you know what you're doing. But for some reason, it took them 3 weeks each time I had that issue, okay? And now here's the deal. That part is only $27. And if I can get it done in 5 minutes, they've got the parts readily available. Why don't I just buy it for $27 and get back rolling? Because there's no reason that repair takes 3 weeks. So having a warranty sounds great. If you can find a dealer that's snappy and has their S together, that's fine. But in my opinion, and what I've seen over the last 10 years, all these dealers are so overbooked, they're so oversold, and they don't have the workforce to keep up, and they don't have the skilled labor to keep up with all the warranty work. And it's gotten to the point where the super high price tag for the lack of support, it's just not worth it, you know? And now let's go to what I'm doing this year. So this year, I've got a video coming out. I'm rebuilding my Echo HC 2020, okay? I'm putting new blades, new carburetor. I'm fully redoing this thing, apart from doing the head and stuff because the cylinder is perfect, right? So I'm rebuilding it, refreshing it for the year. And with all these parts, I'm putting a new cover on it for the pull string, all these parts. I've got about $150 into this Echo HC 2020. If I buy a brand spanking new one, they're like $400. So just in that alone, if this is a successful experiment, okay, this trimmer that I bought 4 years ago for about $250, I'm still fully rebuilding it for less than what I spent on it 4 years ago, but also I'm not spending $400 on what, to me, is a $250 trimmer. They haven't improved. They're not worth $400, in my opinion. They're just not. they're not worth $350 in my opinion. So rebuilding it is a good option as long as I can do it successfully. And if I can do that on this, I can do that on any of these other pieces of equipment, right? Is my thought process. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if I can get another 4 years out of it and not, support these big companies that keep raising their prices and lowering their build quality and support quality, right? And then beyond that, I've got 2 Echo 2620 units. Well, I've actually got 3, but I bought 2 last year. And my goal with them is I'm going to keep, I don't care what goes wrong. Have the engine go wrong, I'll rebuild it. Whatever goes wrong, I am going to keep those things running as long as I possibly can until it just becomes too much of a hassle for me to fix. I just, looking at the price of all of the parts versus the price of a new piece of equipment, if you really dig into this stuff and you learn how to do your small engine repair, not only can you do it faster, you can actually do it cheaper, because every week that you're out waiting on warranty work, it does cost you money, especially if you're one of these super cool guys that makes $7,000 a week mowing. If you're without your machines for a week, that's costing you a lot of money, right? And I don't think any of you are making $7,000 a week mowing. But anyway, not solo anyway. But a new 2620 trimmer locally is like $360. I bought one at the beginning of 2025 for $300. I bought a 2620T at the same time, and I think that one was $320, and they're wanting $420 for that same machine today in 2026. That's a year's price increase, and that is not a $420 trimmer. It's just not. At that rate, I'll go buy another combi head and just run my attachments. Like it just doesn't make sense. But basically, what I'm doing is, if I do buy a new piece of equipment, I'm just going to go on Marketplace, and I'm going to buy one of the dozens and dozens and dozens of basically brand new out of the box pieces of equipment that are on Marketplace for half the price. There's really no reason to be buying brand spanking new equipment at such crazy prices. It just work the numbers, especially you solo guys. Like, if you're a big company and you're making tons and tons of money, okay, that's one thing. But if you're a solo guy and you're just trying to, have a decent living, just run the numbers on this stuff, man. Learning engine repair, for me, the way it's working out so far, it's going to be like crazy value added to the business. Like just being able to fix things almost instantly, and for not even a quarter of the price. It's crazy. I'm hoping it works out. Maybe I'm a lunatic. Maybe I'm crazy. Just add more onto my plate or whatever. But if I can stay running doing it myself, it's better. It's just gonna be better, in my opinion. And I don't know. That's our plan for this year. I don't know if anyone else out there has any ideas or thoughts, but I'd love to hear them. Tell me what you think, guys. Appreciate it.